episode of Paranoid Disposition for 2016.
Fucking 2016.
This year will go down as one of the worst years in recent memory.
From the many high-profile deaths, to Brexit, to the U.S. election.
Of course, with the bad, there comes good, such as scientists finding the gene linked to ALS, the first round-the-world flight by a solar-powered airplane, and increased legalization of marijuana.
The Antarctic ozone hole continues to repair itself as global environmental efforts help raise the Earth to heal. SpaceX successfully landed its rocket on a floating drone ship for the very first time.
Needless to say, 2016 wasn't as bad as most people are making it out to be. But in the words of Abed Nadir, this is the darkest timeline.
And out of all the things that 2016 brought us, some of the best would have to be the dumb conspiracy theories.
Now, this won't be like most of our other episodes because we will be using a more TLDR format because...
Today we'll be counting down the top 4 dumbest conspiracy theories from 2016.
Sure are. What do you want to start with?
How about my favorite, a little game called Pokemon Go.
Oh, Pokemon Go. Everyone's playing that.
Well, everybody was playing that.
That's a good point. Speaking of, I actually did some research into figuring out how many times it had been downloaded, and I couldn't find like
a couple million.
An exact the best number I could find was from September, and it was 500 million downloads. And the game came out on July 2nd of 2016. So that's a lot in a short amount of time.
That's where all of my time in July went to.
Yeah, exactly.
It was pretty awesome, though. Like, I don't know, going to the park and just seeing hordes and hordes of people, like, getting up and being active and playing this game.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of people talking about how they'd been getting much more exercise. So there's definitely a lot of good things about the game.
And it brought people together, which is cool.
Yeah, it brought people together.
It was cute to see, like, parents playing it with their kids, because when they were kids, they would play the card game.
Yeah, my mom downloaded it to play with me. Only we live in such a rural area. I really didn't spend that much time playing because there was not that much to do.
Slim pickings.
We'd like walk around our neighborhood and find a few, maybe, if we were lucky.
Oh, I got lucky because there's a Pokestop right across from my apartment.
So lucky. I had to drive into town to find one.
I mean, I guess technically I live in it's technically
You live in a city.
So.
You live in a city. So... let's talk about the conspiracy theory that goes into Pokemon Go.
Oh God, people have not shut the fuck up about this when it was a big deal back in July of everybody playing it. Like, all my super conspiracy theory, like, theorist friends were just like, the Illuminati's behind it. They're gonna get you.
It's interesting because with this, even without looking into it as a conspiracy, like before, right, like, just when it came out, just on Facebook, I would see people talking about this, like, do you know how much information you're signing up and letting them access? And that's real.
And that's why you don't sign in with Google. That's when you make your own Pokemon account, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I could say the same thing about Facebook, like, games, like, what's a good example of something on Facebook?
I don't play Facebook games.
People are like...
Oh, do you mean, like, when you have to, like, give them...
Yeah, when you have to give them access.
When you want to, like, be like... what color is your soul?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do that shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
I know,
I
I
don't
hate
want
it too.
people in on my face.
If there's something like I really want, like it's Harry Potter or something nerd themed, I'll do it, but I make sure it's only my public profile. Like, you can change it. So when you're doing that, be aware of what you're agreeing to.
I mean, everybody should just look at their privacy agreement, and
Definitely.
we'll be talking about the whole Pokemon thing right now about it.
So just to go a little more into what exactly the theory is, it's basically that everyone's being tracked via this app. Because when you sign up, the most common thing, the thing that they prompt you to do is to use your Google account. And when you use your Google account, you're granting them access to your Google account. It's not like you're just using an email. You're granting them access to everything in that email.
Yep. Like your whole entire drive, your documents, everything you do on Google.
Web searches.
Which Google's pretty much Skynet, so they have access to your whole entire life.
Yeah, and beyond just your Google account, you're also granting them access to your location, because that's how you play. Your camera, because that's also how you play. You can turn that off, though. You can turn the camera off. And you're also granting them access to the contacts on your phone and storage on your phone.
All your network, all your activity recognition.
Yeah, so basically you're granting them access to your phone, basically. And the privacy policy is kind of sketch.
Can we talk about the information disclosed for our production and the production of others?
Yes.
How? Okay, so this is straight from the app.
Are you okay?
I just got a case of the giggles. I don't know why.
Oh my god, you're the worst.
We cooperate with the government and law enforcement officials or private parties to enforce and comply with the law. We may disclose any information about you or your authorized child that is in our possession or control to government or law enforcement officials or private parties as we, in our sole discretion, believe necessary or appropriate to respond to claims in legal process, including subpoenas, to protect our property, rights, and safety, and the property, rights, and safety of a third party or the public in general, and to identify and stop any activity we consider illegal, unethical, or legally actionable activity. Yeah, actionable activity. Oh.
So basically what they're saying is that you're giving them access to all this information, and they're telling you that they will hand over that information to the government, law enforcement, or the sketchiest, a third party.
Yeah.
Should they deem it like your activity illegal or weird or suspect? I think the weirdest part is the third party, because that basically says that they can give your information to anyone that they deem anyone. And there is definitely some. Do you want to talk about anything else in the privacy policy?
No.
Okay. There's definitely some weird connections with Niantic, which is the company that owns Pokemon Go, that created it.
Actually, do you know much about Niantic? Did you go deep into that at all?
I don't know about deep. I mean, I know about the links. Just tell me.
Okay. Well, I knew about Niantic for a while because back in 2012 they launched a game called Ingress, which is basically just what Pokemon Go is.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is this how they set up Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
It was like this other...
Well, no.
Because I read about how there was another...
I'm actually going to get into that.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty much like building layers of what Niantic has done.
Okay.
So they were formed in 2010 by John Hanke as a startup within Google. Mm-hmm. It became its own independent entity in 2015. But their first project was called Field Trip.
Okay.
And it used your GPS to give you automatic suggestions for places to visit near where you're physically standing.
Okay.
So that's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
And then they made Ingress, and then eventually they teamed up with the Pokemon company, and they created
Pokemon Go.
But Henke also founded Keyhole in 2001, which specialized in geospatial data visualization applications. It was acquired by Google in 2004, and it eventually became Google Earth.
Yes, and they also, even within Keyhole, they have links to government agencies.
Yeah, the big one was in QTEL.
And the government agency that they're linked to collects geospatial intelligence.
I mean...
Which is gathering information on what people do, where they live.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was just taking maps of above.
No, I mean geospatial intelligence is a little different because it's actually about what do people do where they live, where do they go, what are their activities. Which is why Pokemon's perfect. Think about Pokemon. So there's this company, Niantic, and its founder has a connection with Google Maps and the government that is focused on gathering information about people. So he makes this game that has all this ability to gather information about people. That's pretty weird.
And it's kind of perfect, too, because Ingress didn't really take off. I mean, it did. Like, it had a cult following, but then you get
not
Pokemon.
like Pokemon. Pokemon
yeah,
Go
then you get
crazy.
Pokemon. And as we said before, people went bonkers over it. And
Yeah. And, like, people that I wouldn't even consider, like, nerdy that would normally play games like this.
And that's the thing. It brought out a lot of non-nerds. Like, a lot of people that didn't really play Pokemon. I mean, I wasn't the biggest... I remember the hate, like, when Pokemon first came out. All my friends went crazy for it.
Yeah.
I just kind of shrugged it off. But I do occasionally play the yellow edition on my Game Boy Advance. So I'm going to have a little bit of nerd cred for that. And that's a lot more fun than Pokemon Go. It's...
Different?
Pokemon Go is kind of boring, which is why I stopped playing it. I went to level 27. I was like, well, all I'm getting are Pidgeys, and I'm spending way too much money on this game, which this is
You were spending money on the game? How do you even do that?
This is the only game or anything on my phone that I've spent money on.
I don't even...
Because I needed more Pokeballs.
Oh.
Ran out of those fucking Pokeballs.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, goodness. So, moral of this...
I was addicted.
Okay,
it was
I'm
a
sure.
problem.
I'm sure.
I finally broke the habit, and I deleted off my phone. It's like, fuck this game.
Well, I'm proud of you. Would you like a chip? How many months has it been?
It's been, September, October, November... 4 months?
Okay, I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1 before I leave.
4 months clean.
Okay, now I feel like an asshole. No, people have gambling addictions. That's real.
Yeah, I mean, people are addicted to.
I'm addicted to coffee.
As am I, friend.
Yeah.
As am I. But no, I really did. Like, I have an addictive personality, and I could tell that this. I mean, I'm glad the game got super boring because I would probably still be playing it. Well, probably it's cold outside, so probably not. Okay,
so,
anyways,
so this was the perfect game, basically, for this theory. And another thing is, we talked about the camera a little bit. Now, I'm sure everyone listening has played Pokemon Go, but if not, you can, within the game, you turn on the camera, and basically it makes the game more interactive, and it makes the Pokemon appear where you are through your phone.
Augmented reality.
Exactly.
Which is what Ingress and Pokemon Go are known for.
And the thing is, is you're granting this app access to your camera, which shows everything that's around you. Which, if you think in these terms, if they're collecting this information, and they're getting a camera, like a phone camera view of your surroundings, where's that information going? Think about how they could use that information. And
how they're collecting it. Because with Google Maps, they have Street View, because they have cars that drive around. And now they can go inside your house and buildings.
Exactly. It's like Google Plus. It's like Google Maps Plus. I mean, now they're inside your house. Which... It's
like, so this is Street View. This is inside the kitchen.
Yeah, this is home view. And if you think about it, like, I know this sounds kind of extreme for me, but if the government knows that a criminal is living in a house, or non-criminal, I don't, a revolutionary, they then, if they had played this game, they would know what the layout of their house looks like. I mean, what if... Okay, I'm putting this in the future, but what if eventually, if you're playing Pokemon Go with your camera on, and the camera identifies something illegal in your house, what if it, like, sends an alarm, and then the government, as they were talking about, or local law enforcement can then come in. Or a third party. Yeah, whoever the fuck wants to come in.
Here comes...
Now, as I said, this is a little... This is... I'm surprised how much I'm buying into this, honestly. I didn't expect it. Do you have something you want to add?
I mean, my whole thing is, like, it is really sketchy.
Yeah.
And it is one of the more plausible ones, which is why it's our first one out of our 4 dumb conspiracies of 2016.
Yeah, they're going to get much more dumb.
But, my whole thing is, people just shouldn't be idiots. you should make your own account. Don't link it to your fucking Gmail.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're doing something illegal, don't fucking do it on the camera.
Yeah, and another thing is you can turn the camera off, and that actually saves battery and makes it easier to catch Pokemon.
I mean, when I played the game, I didn't use the camera.
Yeah, it's fun to use the camera,
opt out of it.
but it's actually easier to not use it. And another thing, because I was reading on, message boards about people talking about playing Pokemon Go and the dangers, and one thing is, create a fake Google account that's not linked to your real one. Another thing is, I know this sounds crazy, but get a burner phone.
Yeah, I read that too.
Then they won't have any access to anything that's on your phone. Just be smart. The way I look at this is, I don't know that this is already happening, but I see it as something that could happen. Like, them using this information. Like, I'm not saying that right now at this point, this is actually happening. I'm not saying they're breaking into people's houses because of Pokemon Go, but I do think that it's something that, especially with the political climate, how it is right now, you just want to be aware of the access you're granting.
Well, my only concern is, what if they were to be hacked? Then they have
That's another,
everything.
yes, exactly. That's another huge thing. Is even if you don't think that the company themselves have any nefarious, ideas, yes, hacking would change that. So, do you want to add anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, be smart, guys. Be smart with Pokemon Go.
Well, what's our next subject?
Well, our next subject has to do with bioterrorism.
And one of my favorite restaurants.
Oh my god, I was doing this research and dying. I haven't eaten there in so long. We're talking about Chipotle and the E. coli breakout.
So, in late 2015, many Chipotles in multiple states were affected by an outbreak of a foodborne illness. And as a result, the chain closed 43 stores in several states while the issue was investigated. I checked the CDC reports. 55 people were infected with a strain of STEC, which is Shiga toxin-producing E. coli.
And isn't it a rare form of E. coli?
Yes, this is a super rare form that they found, which...
And it's not usually found in food, right? Nope. So, another thing to be aware of that plays into this is... Shortly before this, I don't remember the exact date, Chipotle had spoken out about how they were going to stop using GMOs.
Yep.
They were very outspoken about how they didn't want to have that in their food.
Yeah, I think it was 2015 when they went completely over.
They went GMO free. So the idea here is that some biotech industry food terrorists wanted revenge because they're pro-GMO and they view fast food as this machine, and the machine is using GMOs. And anything that doesn't use GMOs and that is outspoken against GMOs is throwing a wrench in. So the idea is that these food terrorists came in and sprayed the food with this rare form of E. coli in order to ruin the
reputation?
reputation of Chipotle.
Beth and Alex.
Yeah, right?
Ugh. But it really, the whole bioterrorism thing really took off when an article by Natural News talked about it. And it was shared
so many
widely
times.
on social media.
And if it's shared on Facebook, it's obviously true.
And if we learned anything from this year, it is that Facebook is full of fake news.
Yes, it sure is. So when I was doing this research, I was like, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like David Wolf. And so I had to go. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's this Facebook guy who's always sharing natural.
that was where I did some more research. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
When I was doing this, I was like, David Wolf totally posted about this. So I
Yep.
went to his page and checked Chipotle E. coli, and of course it pops right up with like this stupid video. Did you watch the video?
Well, that was one of the links in the show notes.
Yeah,
That's in one of his videos.
I put it there.
I put it there.
I put it there.
She didn't put anything in the show notes for this week's show.
That's bullshit. I put this one video.
Time out, everybody.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was totally me, though. You're not going to really check. It's just going to be there.
Oh, it's right there.
I know. I put it there.
I put that there.
Okay, so anyways, the video...
Oh, wait, maybe you did put it there. I put the...
Okay, just shut up. It's totally me. Anyways.
Beth was right. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, it just got really super cold.
The angels
Probably
singing.
because hell froze over.
Shut up. Okay. So my point about David Wolf posting this is he likes to post things that have zero to no proof and are just based on people are saying. And I mean, I eat healthy, like really healthy. So it's not like I'm a... But...
Not a what?
Like... Well, my point is, like, I don't hate everything he posts.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But
I understand.
he likes to post stuff because it makes people feel good and they feel like it's true.
And they have like this like superiority
complex.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And it's like the whole idea that like if you never eat fast food in your life and you just eat salad, you'll never die. And you just hug your crystals. And I don't like it.
And put your essential oils in your diffuser.
Oh, God.
And light all
your homeopathic sugar pills. And I'm saying this as someone who eats incredibly healthy. Like, I never eat fast food, but I still have a brain. Is what I'm saying. Okay, now that I've pissed off all of David Wolf's supporters, do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah. So, the best thing that came out of this was the fact that I got a coupon for a free burrito.
I didn't think that's what you were going to say.
And here's the best part, everybody. It was for anything. So I got a motherfucking steak burrito with guac for free.
I hate you. Oh my god, is there a Chipotle around here?
There's one 3 miles away from my apartment.
Oh my god.
Because I live in heaven.
Ugh. Okay. Well, what I thought you were going to say is what in Chipotle's message they said that this whole event caused them to reevaluate how they did everything, and now they're extra sanitary,
Yep.
they take extra care, so basically it was like, you can come eat here again, it's safe.
And one of the interesting things that I read is that no employees in any of the restaurants got sick.
Really?
From the food.
Okay, no, because if you're trying to say that it was the employees, you know how many people they would have had to pay off? That's insane. You have to, like, think about the mechanics. It's like with the Titanic switch theory, that it would just take too many people. Now,
fucking J.P. Morgan, he orchestrated it all.
Now, I will say that the cause of the E. coli breakout has either never been discovered or never publicly said.
Yeah. Like, from, like...
Chipotle themselves, like, they have not said what caused it.
I even checked to do research, I went to the actual official site for the report, and nothing. They, by February, it was completely over.
Yeah, they said that they completed it, but they wouldn't say why. There was, like, a rumor that it was, like, this Australian beef, but Chipotle said that that's not what it was.
Yeah, because they never linked it to any
they never said. Which makes, granted, that makes it suspicious, but maybe it was just, like, a fuck-up on their end that they didn't want to, like, tell people.
Okay,
that's the thing, is, like, there could be, like, a great explanation for this, but it'll just make them look bad, so that's why they're not telling anyone.
Well, let's hope that happens again so I can get a second free burrito.
Alex, people get sick.
But nobody died.
Oh, God. Okay, how about you get sick, and then you get a free burrito?
If it's unlimited free burritos, I'm not going to put my health at risk for just one burrito. I want like
But you'll put other people's health at risk for one burrito?
Actually, yeah, I will, because
Wait, other people are you?
No, me, because from the cases, it was just mostly diarrhea, and
Oh my gosh.
whatever. I could deal with some
You're
diarrhea.
awful. Okay.
And some tummy aches.
I call bullshit on this because there's no proof. There's really no proof. This is like, I love true crime, right? Think about this as a court case.
I think we all
know.
Shut up.
Has this been proven beyond a reasonable doubt? No. All of this, even all the evidence, which is nothing, is circumstantial. And it's barely even circumstantial because it's like nothing. In the articles that you read about this, they give no proof.
Yeah, nothing.
Other than, like, they said that this happened to Dr. Oz. That was such a dumb...
Once I read Dr. Oz, I was like, fuck this. No. No credence to this at all.
I know. I hate Dr. Oz. Yeah, if you're using, like, Dr. Oz as an example of people who had payback against them for speaking out about GMOs.
Well, here are the two ingredients that make me think that this is complete bullshit.
Okay.
Dr. Oz and natural news.
Yeah.
These are the two that's just like...
And David Wolf.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Nope. All right.
Okay, I think it's time to move on to our next subject.
I think that we beat this to death.
Yeah, so do you want to tell me what our next subject is?
So, Prince and Merle Haggard were killed over chemtrails. What? What did I say wrong?
You didn't say anything wrong.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's just so ridiculous.
Oh, I was just like, what?
It's so ridiculous. So...
Why are you reading my notes?
I'm not reading. You're being ridiculous. Don't you ever just stare when you're thinking?
No, because I don't think.
Well, that's obvious.
I know.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. So, Prince and Merle Haggard, what possibly could they have in common?
They have both.
Besides sweet, sweet tunes?
They have both spoken out against chemtrails.
They sure have. So, Prince, there's at least one video and a few songs where he talks about chemtrails. And, yeah, there's an interview of him doing where he talks about chemtrails.
Yeah, it was on the Tavis Smiley show.
Yeah, and he talks about how, as a kid, he would look up at the sky and thought, oh, those are so pretty, but then eventually he started realizing that whenever he'd see the trail... By the way, when we say chemtrails, we're referring to basically long clouds that come out the back of airplanes.
The contrails.
Yeah. Well, actually, I wanted to talk about that. Chemtrails versus contrails. Contrails are created when hot, humid air from engines mix with cold air, and this creates a condensation trail, and this is real. This is something that happens every day. Chemtrails are the theory that contrails are not normal and basically don't really happen, or like they'll be there. No, the idea is that contrails will only remain in the air for like 30 seconds and then they just disappear. And so the argument is that if it stays in the air for like any reasonable amount of time and you still see it out there, that it is the government spraying chemicals into the air. And it's generally believed that they are trying to make us sick, or they're dosing us with some sort of drug to make us more docile. Do I seem docile to you?
I mean, if there's not enough fluoride in the water already.
Yeah. And also, no matter how many times scientists explain the difference between chemtrails and contrails and prove that contrails are real, and that's what we're seeing in the sky,
it's science,
they don't care.
Folks.
They don't care. Because with a lot of conspiracy theorists, it doesn't matter how much science you put in front of them, they still hold on to what they want to believe. And that's what we're here to fight against. So Prince had said, I talked about how he was a kid, he would see them, and he started realizing that all the families in his neighborhood would start fighting after the chemtrails would be in the sky. And that's how he, like, realized and started to, like, look closer at it. And then he realized there was this whole conspiracy that people don't know about, and it's real.
Yeah, and they wanted everybody to look into Dick Gregory, because he was the one that...
Isn't that the... Yeah, he heard him speak at,
not
Black Caucus.
The State of the Black Union?
Okay, yeah. And Merle Haggard... he has one song in a line, and the song is called What I Hate. And the line is, what I hate is looking at the sky and seeing chemtrails, right?
What I hate is looking up and seeing chemtrails in a clear blue sky today.
Yeah, so it's like a list of things he hates. And it's like roadblocks and people taking my guns away and like stuff like that. It's like very...
God damn it, Obama.
Yeah, stuff like that. And one of the things he mentions is chemtrails. Now...
And Prince did the same in his song, Dreamer.
Yeah, can you tell me the lyric?
Yeah, while the helicopter circles and the theory's getting deep, think they're spraying chemtrails over the city while we sleep?
Yeah, so they had both spoken out against it. And another thing that kind of played into this theory that forced me to look at InfoWars, which, ugh.
Fucking Alex Jones.
I was so annoyed that I had to put myself in that position.
He's being sponsored by, pills that make you think
I
now.
saw that! He was, promoting, these, concentration energy pills, and he's like, they won't make you crash. And I was like, wow, this is kind of sad.
It's just, on the tail end of his video, too, with him talking about it. I'm like, what?
Ridiculous. Oh, I'm not buying drugs from you.
And I found it interesting that Prince was actually on a show a few times.
On their show?
On Alex Jones's show.
Well, Prince had some interesting views. Yeah. He was a Seventh-day Adventist. No, he was, sorry. Wait, is that the same thing?
Did you say Johanna?
I think I did.
A Johanna Witness.
Fuck. Jehovah's?
Jehovah.
I'm so glad.
Glad I'm not doing
Goodness.
That. Glad I'm not the only one.
Jehovah's Witness. Is that the same thing as Seventh-day? I think it is. Okay, anyways, he was a Jehovah's Witness, and Jehovah's Witness, it's a very controlling religion. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things you're not allowed to do, like you can't get blood transfusions, and another thing...
Still better than Scientology.
Well, isn't everything. And another thing he mentioned was how he had never voted because he was a Jehovah's Witness, and how he doesn't have any blame for the political climate because he doesn't get involved in it. So it's not his fault what happens, which no, fuck you. That's the opposite. If you don't do anything, then you're making things worse. Yeah. You can't just step out and be like, not my problem, not my fight. Well, you live in America.
It's not gonna affect me at all.
Step up. Yeah. So, okay, I'm sorry. That just made me really pissed off because I really hate it when people say that.
But, what did Alex Jones, with the video, because I'm pretty sure we watched the same one if we both saw the same dumb ad.
Well, what I was going to say was a thing that made people think of this theory is that chemtrails, one of the theories of what they're dosing us with is they're making us sick and they're giving us a flu, like a really rare flu. And both Prince and Merle Haggard, their deaths were originally reported as being some sort of flu. Mm-hmm. And that's what sparked it. So even though, full explanations have been given, Prince died of opioid overdose.
Yeah, of fentanyl.
Yeah, a fentanyl overdose. So he's been an addict his whole adult life. That's well documented.
Aren't Jehovah's Witnesses not supposed to take drugs like that?
At least he's not voting in the election, Alex. Oh, he's just doing drugs.
Well, he can't because he's dead.
You know what I mean.
I know.
Shut up. And Merle Haggard died from double pneumonia. He was having trouble breathing.
And didn't he have lung cancer as well, even though it probably was...
I know that it was issues with his lung, which is pneumonia, but I don't know about lung cancer. It's fine.
Doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, Alex Jones went on to say a weaponized flu caused by chemtrails killed both of these great artists.
And that's the thing that I'm a little confused about.
Actually, I feel like that was a good Alex Jones impression.
Why didn't more people die? If you're dosing someone...
Because these are the two that spoke out, so they got the highest dose.
No, but chemtrails, it's not a very precise thing how you dose someone. If you're spraying something, then everyone in their town should have gotten the flu too.
Well, supposedly, from what I read, Prince got a flu shot too, which added to This is so ridiculous. But not as ridiculous as the next one.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so basically, this is dumb. There's no proof to chemtrails. Merle Haggard died of natural old age stuff. Yes. Prince died because of being addicted to drugs. Let's just stop this nonsense.
I do have one more thing to add, which will solidify this whole entire theory. Prince died on April 21st, which was Queen Elizabeth's 90th birthday.
So did Queen Elizabeth kill him?
No. Get this. Prince was 57 when he died. 90 minus 57 is 33.
Oh my god, fucking 33.
It's
not
all
again.
connected.
Oh my gosh, if I never have to, like, hear math and then the number 33 again, I will be so happy.
Well, it's the most perfect number.
Oh, no, it's nonsense. And so is this.
All right. So,
I just want to add, I think... Do you have something you want to say?
I forgot that I have two... I found out 2 more conspiracies about Prince's death.
Okay. Okay, you gonna tell me?
So...
He won't let me look at his computer. He's inching it away from me.
Because these are just as dumb, if not worse.
Okay.
I'm going to save the best one for last. But supposedly, he was sacrificed, along with China. The
country?
The wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw something about this. It was like... because they're both, like, kind of gender fluid, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a Satanist, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
was there another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked into this, but the video was deleted, and all the information was deleted. So it might be true.
Ooh, that's suspect.
Jay-Z killed Prince to boost the sales for Tidal.
Okay, I saw that one too. Yeah, I did see that. Because Tidal is the only streaming service where you can get Prince music. And Tidal was not doing very well at the beginning of the year. And when an artist dies, people suddenly start listening to their music a lot more. Hey, Kanye West said that Jay-Z can have people killed, so... I always believe my man, yay.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I didn't write.
You ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
I'm gonna wing it. I didn't take any notes for this because it's so fucking stupid.
See, now who's unprepared? I have a page of notes.
Yeah, well, I wrote it out loud.
Okay, whatever. So, if we have any tweens listening, I think they might either hate or love this subject. They might hate it if we don't do well.
I feel like tweens are the ones that made this up.
Oh, they definitely made this up. This is definitely made up by tweens.
Living in denial.
Okay, so this is about One Directioner, or I guess One Direction isn't alive anymore.
Yeah.
One Directioner...
They're alive, they're just...
you know what I mean?
They're just banded.
The band is just... Louis Tomlinson, he had a baby in January. And many of his fans do not believe he had a baby in January.
Even though there are photos of him with the baby.
So there's
straight out the womb.
There is a theory that this was a long-running publicity stunt put together because 1D fans have long held a dream that there is a gay couple within One Direction.
Oh, I totally... wait, really?
That's what
I didn't know
that's
that.
what this theory stems from.
I always assumed that it's Lewis. I always assumed that he was the gay one, much like Lance Bass was the gay one in NSYNC. So. Yeah,
well, but the theory is that so the original band has 4 guys.
I mean, not that all boy bands have gay members. I wanted to just...
I know. I
they didn't know.
Okay. So One Direction has 4 guys in it. And so obviously that's 2 couples, right? You have to assume that. So the theory is that Louis Tomlinson and Harry Styles are together.
What?
And that this baby was created to cover up their relationship, to make like, to assure fans that they're not really together. And even though both Harry and Louis have long denied that they were together.
Gay guys can have babies anyway.
I know.
What the?
But this was an unintentional pregnancy. So if he was with Harry, he wouldn't be sleeping around with other girls, unless he's bi and in an open relationship. But whatever, it doesn't matter. So yes, the theory is that this was put together by their management team, and I've actually gone down a deep dive on this subject before we decided to do this.
I can see your notes.
It's just so weird, and I've actually read on, like, tweens' Instagram pages about how they've noticed.
You've really gone deep on this one. Wow. I gave this 10 minutes of my time. I was like, this is dumb as fuck.
I heard about this on a podcast, a different podcast. Someone mentioned it, and then I was like, what? What is this? And I love a good conspiracy theory. I had to try and figure it out.
Because the one text I got from you, because you didn't want to do the other one, you're like, Babygate. And I'm like, yes, babies need those.
Yes, by the way, this is called Babygate. So if you want to look into it, go on Instagram or Tumblr and put #Babygate. So, but fans have actually noticed that since they started this is actually sad, since they started the rumor that Harry and Louis are together, they have grown apart. Like, they won't, like, when they're seen in public, they try not to, like, sit next to each other, and they're not as, like, friendly with each other because of this rumor, which is really kind of sad. I know, it's weird. So, okay, so I want to go into why. Okay, we already know why the theory would have been started. Now, the proof.
Are you talking about the Simon Cowell connection? Because I thought that was hilarious.
Well, I mean, Simon Cowell is who discovered them, and he's part of their management, right? He, like, does he own them or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I was talking about his dog.
Oh, God, I didn't even put that one down because it's so dumb.
That's, like, the one thing that I had prepared for this.
No, see, I have much better proof. Okay, so I want to go into the things that tipped people off. So the girl that got pregnant, her name is Brianna Jungwirth, and that's another part that's really sad, is she's actually been excessively bullied on social media, like, stop pretending you had his baby, this is fake, your baby's fake. Like, she'll post pictures of her child, and hundreds of young kids will comment bullying her.
You photoshopped that baby in.
Yeah, it's actually kind of depressing. So they were pictured together, and a month later, the pregnancy was announced. Now, there's a video of them, like, stumbling out of a club together, Brianna and Louis, and someone yelled, "This is one for the sun." And a month later, when the pregnancy was announced, it was that photo that was used on the cover of The Sun that said that she's pregnant. But why couldn't that just have been for The Sun that could have just meant that was the person taking the picture, so they had rights to the photo, and they probably used it a month ago, too. They just used the picture again, because that was the first photo of them together. It doesn't prove that this was, like, because the thing is they not only think that this baby's fake, they think that all these people are in on it. Like, paparazzi are being paid off to do this. So, right before Brianna gave birth, a friend of hers supposedly gave birth. A friend of hers tweeted a photo and said, "Brianna just sent this to me. She's in the hospital." And it's, like, a photo of, like, a girl, like, holding their pregnant belly and in, like, a hospital gown. And you can't see the face. It's, like, from, like, the chest down, you can, like, see the feet and stuff. And weirdly enough...
So it could be anybody.
Well, the weird thing is that the photo looks a lot like another lifestyle blogger's photo that she posted. Like, they have the hospital gowns are the same, they have the same painted fingernails. He's getting comfy. And they have, like,
You're so into this.
They have the same shot. They have the same fake tan. And people have gone on to compare other images, like even after she has the baby, comparing photos of like selfies that she took of her holding the baby to this lifestyle blogger. And they're saying that I guess she like sold these photos to the management to post. And another thing that fans have been doing is whenever a photo of Louis with the baby is posted, because he's posted a few photos of him with the baby, they go through and try to prove that it's photoshopped and or the baby is fake. Like, they have gone through, I was looking at this, they had photos, like, comparing pictures of, like, fake babies that look really lifelike to try and prove that he's holding a doll. And also, the first couple photos that he posted were all in black and white. And apparently, black and white photos, it makes it easier to manipulate. Like, it's easier to Photoshop and have it not be apparent. Like, it's easier to manipulate if there isn't color. So they think that all the photos of him holding the baby are fake. And also, there are photos of Brianna when she's leaving the hospital, and she's not in a wheelchair, and she's wearing, like, tight skinny jeans. So people are like, oh, no one wears that when they leave the hospital. Like, she would have to heal, or, you know, whenever you get discharged from the hospital, especially if you're having a baby, I know from all my surgeries, they always take me out in a wheelchair. She wasn't in a wheelchair, and she was, like, carrying the baby, so people think she was just pretending to have just had a baby. And also, there are paparazzi photos of Louis with the baby in a car seat, but you can see a sign behind him that says private property. And they're saying that paparazzi can't come on private property to take your photo, so they must have paid the paparazzi to come there, and that's how they got the photo. Like, it couldn't have just been a natural thing.
Because God forbid.
And, like, the weird thing is when you go down this tunnel, you start to believe it. Because
I can tell.
The way people dissect these photos, it's crazy. It's insane. And another thing, okay, some of the quote-unquote proof is just really dumb. And one of those things is the fact that he tweeted on the 23rd at 6 a.m. that his baby was born yesterday, but she posted the baby's birthday as the 21st, and they're like, Louis would never forget the day his baby was born. God. And I'm like, bro, he's tweeting at 6 a.m. He's obviously been up all night partying, and if he's still awake, and in his mind it's the 22nd, then yesterday was the 21st. And so we talked about how one of the reasons these tweens believe that this is fake, is because they really want to believe that Harry and Louis are together. That's like, they really want to believe that.
Or they want to believe that there's a chance with a Louis.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting from it.
Yeah. But another thing is the fact that by all accounts, Louis is an awful father. He's not seen with his child very often, and there's been a lot of drama with the baby mama.
Yeah, isn't she, like, asking for more money or something?
There's a lot of tabloid articles that I haven't read, but I basically...
I'm surprised!
I like to stick with the facts, Alex, you know, with tweens' Instagram pages. Basically, they hate the mother, and they believe that there's no way this is a real baby, because Louis would never be this bad of a father, because he's always, like, in clubs, drunk, he's out late, and it's like, no, he's like, I think he's like a year older than me, like, he's just a shitty person that isn't old enough to be a dad yet, and he has a baby,
and he just came off being like a pop star.
I mean,
he's living his life.
I mean, people like to idolize, you know, they like to idolize people, and they'll bend the truth to have it fit the idea of who they want these people to be. Mm-hmm. And that's really what's happening here. Do you want to tell me about the Simon Cowell thing? Okay.
Yeah, wait, why?
Because you opened the page.
I know, I was trying to find the...
Okay, so a year before...
This is...
Okay, I gave you an opportunity.
My one thing.
Okay, come on.
This one.
Tell me.
All right, so back in January 2015, Simon Cowell got a new dog named Freddie. Exactly 1 year later to the date, Louis has a baby named Freddie.
So the idea, basically, these fans hate Simon Cowell. They think that he is the most evil person ever, and that he did all of this to suppress Louis and Harry's relationship. And the fact that a year ago he got a dog and named it Freddie, he's like poking fun. It's like when handlers put proof in music videos. It's like they're poking at you.
Simon's the handler.
He's totally the handler.
Oh my god.
Okay, one last thing that these kids view as proof is a thing called a warning selfie.
What's
a warning selfie? So if you go to Louis Tomlinson's, I really hope I'm saying his name right, Tomlinson's Instagram, you'll notice that there's a decent amount of selfies.
I don't know. I've never been there.
And they're all, shut up, and they're all of him looking at the camera very angry. He never smiles. He doesn't even just look like half happy. He always looks angry in these selfies. And he's always like going like has his head tilted down a bit. Sometimes he'll be wearing like sunglasses. And the idea is that he posts these when Babygate is getting a little too loud. Like when they're pushing a little too much back, he posts warning selfies to tell them to simmer down and to back off. You want to look at them now, don't you?
Now I'm interested in checking out this Instagram.
But he'll caption. Sometimes he won't caption them, but sometimes he'll just be like, "Oh, I'm bored" or something like that. I think they're just reading into it too much.
Wait.
Here, there. See? That one's especially angry.
Yep, that's a warning selfie.
Yep. A warning selfie. Okay, so this conspiracy is dumb. I understand the emotional drive of the kids that do it. I mean, it's entertainment, really. But the fact of the matter is that these are real people with real lives, with a real baby, and you should leave them alone, because there's a lot of online bullying going into this. There's a lot of commenting on their photos. Like, if you go to the chick, Brianna's Instagram, she regularly turns off commenting because people comment so much and so meanly. And she also, like, occasionally makes her page private when it's just too much, because it's just mean. It's trolling. People shouldn't do it.
Ooh, one thing. I read something about how, somebody started, like, an Instagram for her, like, right before it was announced that they were together.
It was a Twitter.
Was it a Twitter?
Yeah.
So, like, she was, like, a fake person?
Yeah, it was like a couple months before Louis and Brianna even met. There was a Twitter created that said Brianna Facts, and then, like, the actual name was her name. And people are like, oh, well, they hadn't even met yet, but they knew that she was, like, you know, basically they were creating an online presence for her.
This looks like a real baby to me.
Yeah, he's looking at Brianna's. I know. Well, okay, so they think that, like, at first it was a fake baby.
Wait, no! It could be like the baby from the 90s that danced. It's the Macarena baby. It's just a little bit...
I don't know what you're talking
advanced. Oh yeah, you're.
What do you mean you're?
You're young and you're homeschooled, so.
You're not that much older than me.
Back in my day.
Oh my god.
I have noticed with this podcast, I'm a crotchety old man now. I've realized it about myself.
I feel like I've been a grandma for years though. I don't think that's serious. Oh well, so the theory is that maybe, like, in some of the photos it's a fake baby, but now they have someone else's baby that they pose. Like, there are several theories about whose baby it is.
Baby or pumpkin.
He's referring to a photo of the baby wearing a pumpkin suit.
It could just be a pumpkin. It's not a real baby. They just slap the baby head right on top of the pumpkin.
Yeah, so there are a couple theories. There was someone someone in his management a year before had a baby, and they think that that's whose baby it is because, like, people compare the first photo that he posted holding the child, they compared the hair length to paparazzi photos that were taken around that time, and they think that it's proof that that photo wasn't really taken then. I don't know. It's dumb. I think I've spent more than enough time covering this, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to find baby gates right now. I just wanted to make a joke about it, so I'm trying to, find the baby with a baby gate. Sorry, you took me to the Instagram page.
I had to take his phone away because he was getting too distracted.
All right, well, those were our top 4 dumbest conspiracy theories of 2016.
Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed them. I'm sorry if I went on too much of a tangent into Babygate. It's kind of fascinating.
Could have just been a whole episode.
And utter bullshit. But I don't know, it's fun. So we do want to tell you that this, as we said at the beginning, this is going to be the last episode of 2016.
Good riddance, motherfucker.
No.
By motherfucker, I mean the year, not you.
We will okay.
Because I love you.
Okay, I was going to say, we're going to miss you guys. We're going to go on a small
hiatus. There could be some girls, too. Don't be sexist.
I'm sorry.
And you got to be more PC.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So we're going on a small hiatus. We'll be back January 11th, 2017. We do want to remind you that even though we'll be on a break, you can still call us.
Yeah.
You can call our hotline bling.
The number is 540-300-6199.
And you can leave us any recommendations for the show, topics. You can give us a verbal review if you want. But another way we'd like...
Just tell me I'm beautiful.
You'll be telling me I'm beautiful. Yeah. So another way that you can help us out is if you go on the iTunes page and write a review and rate us. That helps other people find the podcast. And we'd really appreciate it.
You broke my heart, Beth, okay? That's why I'm quiet right now.
I'm sorry, you're beautiful too, Alex.
Fucking gorgeous.
We're both beautiful.
And we are pleased to announce that... Thank you, I was about to ask her a drum roll.
On top of it.
We now have an official website.
Go to...
paranoiddisposition.com.
.com.
There's only one .com. It's not .com.
Yeah, it's just .com.
So, yeah.
Check us out. Call us. Leave us a review.
It has links to all of our social pages right on there.
Yep, it'll be at the bottom of the page. So we'll see you in 2017. Keep an open mind.
But don't be an idiot.
Bye! Bye!